Welcome to the FSM Pep Rally. We are here at the state championship where Bishop Gorman once again holds the title, defeating Arborview. This was an amazing performance by the Gales. Quick recap of the Gales' performance.
You know, it was 44-7. They looked dominant early. They were up, shutting them out in the first half. And Arborview was able to score 7 points. Same thing they did last year when it was 69-7. The difference here, Gorman just looked like they wanted to run the ball more. They didn't want to pass it as much. They wanted to keep the game slow. And on top of that, they were just dominant on both ends. What did you see from Arborview?
I mean, Arborview tried left and right to find openings in the defense with their offense. They tried to get Thatcher running in the second half. He was just being stopped every which way he go. And then defensively, they just couldn't do anything with the passing attack. We're going to see later on the wide receivers from Bishop Gorman, man, oh man, were they everywhere today. So stay tuned for our player of the game interview.
Welcome back to the FSM Prep Rally. I'm here with our players of the game, Messiah Mingo and Zyron Minor. Messiah and Zyron both had 2 touchdowns in this game. All right, Messiah, you got 2 touchdowns this one. You said that's 11 total for you on the season. Yes, as a senior, what does it mean to you going out on top like that?
Really, it's just it's a great accomplishment. I mean, even playing in a stadium like this, it's a dream, bro. Like, coming out here with your brothers, I'm new to the team, so them bringing me in as a brother, like, it was different for me to come in into a top program like this and really contribute to the team as a whole player. So that was really my job, and I mean, it's amazing, bro. It's an amazing experience.
Oh yeah, and Zyron, I know you're a sophomore. You're coming into this, got another championship under your belt. Next season, how are you looking to dominate, keep this momentum going?
I'm really looking to perfect my craft and just better myself in every little way possible and just be perfect all around. Have a better year than this year and just keep balling.
Well, you've heard from both of our players of the game. Now watch what they did on the field.
We are back once again with the Bishop Gorman head coach and once again state championship coach. How's it feel to once again and still
undefeated champions? No, I'm just, you know, it feels great. It feels an honor. This is an amazing environment. I thought it was pretty cool. Both teams wear their home uniforms. That was a pretty cool thing that Coach Norris and I talked about. I think great coach. I like what he's doing with the program. It's a good team that we just beat right there. So I'm really excited for him, because I think he's doing the right things for the right reasons. I think he's going to be able to build that program up. I just hope that he's able to go out of state and play some tough teams before we play again, because, you know, if you don't really ever challenge yourself before you play a tough opponent, it can be very difficult. So taking that away from him could really hamper his program that I think he's building. So hopefully we get that thing figured out.
Speaking of figuring out, you guys were off what seemed like 6 months almost from your last game till now. How was it keeping the team focused and motivated to still come out here and put on this type of performance as you guys are known to do with such a long break?
You know, I think getting a lot of knowledge from a lot of people, talking to college coaches, talking to other coaches across the country about what they do in the offseason, are these kind of like big breaks. We've had to do it 3 or 4 years now in a row, so it's kind of like a normal thing now. So the kids aren't really as effective as you think they might be, but I think we go back to the basics, go back to the fundamentals, go back to, you know, what got you here, and I think it shows when you come and put it on the field.
I mean, no disrespect to any other team out there, but almost their Super Bowl is scoring on a Bishop Gorman defense. I know as a coach, you don't want to give up this touchdown, but what's it feel like to know that that's an accomplishment for any team that can find the end zone or even a field goal against you guys? That's their highlight of the game against you guys. What's that feeling like?
You know, that's probably the only 7 points I was never mad at. It allowed us to actually play the end of the game. It got some guys in the game that wouldn't have been able to get in the game because that would have been a running clock There's zero chance for another kid to play in the game. So I think maybe that's something that needs to get looked at too. Like having 35 being a running clock, can't play as many guys. So when that touchdown happened, it hurt a little bit. But then I watched what the guys that didn't get to play a lot were able to do and how they were able to go down and execute and score just like the just like the starter. So, it's a blessing in disguise. I don't know if I want too many of them.
Understandable.
But
Understandable. You don't give up too many.
Yeah, I don't want too many, but it's a blessing in disguise. So hats off to them.
Coach, hats off to you guys as well. I mean, you guys, every time we step on the field, it is impressive what you guys are able to do week in and week out, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. It doesn't matter. Once again, congratulations on the state championship. We look forward to seeing you guys down the road.
One more thing,
Yes,
if I
sir.
could. I want to thank my coaching staff. The things they've done, the sacrifice they've made has been amazing. I want to thank Coach Canfield, our offensive coordinator. I want to thank Coach Cosgrove, our defensive coordinator. Coach Archie, a new coach to us. That's our special teams coordinator. It wouldn't be as special as it is without those guys giving up their time, sacrificing, being away from their families, being professionals at what they do and being so good at what they do. I got to ask the question, what adjustments you make at halftime? Sometimes you just shut up and let both your coordinators do their work, and then they do a really good job. So that's what I did.
There you go. There you go. And the proof is in the pudding right there. Once again, thank you so much. This is the FSM Prep Rally. Stay tuned for more.
Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run. I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes. That I feel being typical. Looking at my body feeling miserable. Always hanging on to the visual. I wanna be invisible. Looking at my years like I'm out of dumb. Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. So many times it happens too fast. You trade your passion for glory.
Well, folks, thank you guys for tuning in to our last episode of FSM Prep Rally here. Final thoughts, Bishop Gorman of Arborview.
It looked like Bishop Gorman just had another dominant season. Obviously, they have one loss in both the last seasons, both times in modern day. They just continuously beat every single Las Vegas team, including Arborview. I mean, who's going to stop them?
Arborview.
Think y'all need a couple of more dogs on that line.
Till next time, this is FSM Prep Rally.